those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party. This is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. Would you
Get the drink on his head.
And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is a actual DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to him. I put him to sleep.
Next day, right?
Yeah, put the drink on his head.
There you go. There it is.
He might be out of here, huh? I think Diddy's out of here.
Meaning like jail?
Jail would be crazy, but I think like career-wise.
Canceled officially? Done?
Yeah, I think it's over.
I think there's a difference between being canceled and
being a criminal.
Yeah, it's a big difference, right? Because I don't know if R. Kelly got canceled.
Yeah, they keep canceling me for raping.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. And I'm tired of
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm tired of people going.
I don't think it's canceling.
People keep going like, there's smoke and there's fire. No, the house is burnt down, bro. Diddy is that guy.
Yeah,
like everybody from Cassidy to the stories to the guy that just did the, he went to court and he's suing him and Lil Rod. And it's like, bro, there's a lot of information out there that's not good from his security guy that was Michael Jackson's security, that was the first guy in the scene when Mike died, to allegedly they're saying Diddy shot some dude and left and they just basically cleaned it up for him. It's like, bro, there's a lot of nefarious. How much gay stuff is going to come out with Diddy and Meek Mills? And bro, it's so crazy too.
The news surrounding Diddy's alleged shady parties has grown increasingly scandalous following recent federal raids and the unsealing of a 14-page indictment.
Combs was arrested on Monday, months after federal agents raided his homes. He also faces several civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault over the past few decades.
These events, described as exploitative parties, allegedly involved coercion, substance use, and manipulation of women, with many celebrity names being linked to the gatherings.
He appeared before a federal judge in New York on Tuesday, pleading not guilty and will remain behind bars.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Prosecutors claim the rapper ran a criminal enterprise through his business empire, where he and his associates engaged in sex trafficking and forced labor. He's also accused of verbally and physically assaulting victims and using assistants and household staff to hide his crimes.
As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
During a recent federal raid on Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles mansions, authorities discovered multiple tapes, cameras, and other recording devices.
I have learned from sources that investigators have found several weapons inside his homes. Several. They also have found videos. It's been reported that Diddy has collected images of people in compromising situations at his residences. TMZ now obtained this video inside his home in Los Angeles after the raid by federal agents. It's reported that Diddy is the target of a sex trafficking investigation that comes after he was hit with a wave of civil lawsuits alleging sexual assault and trafficking. I've also learned exclusively that Diddy is in Miami. Authorities know exactly where he is. They've been in touch with his legal team. Sources tell me he's trying to avoid the paparazzi, and they're telling me he will not be arrested soon.
There are cameras, hidden cameras found all over Diddy's house.
Yeah.
Like when the feds raided the house, the house looked like this on the inside. And they ripped up everything looking for electronics. You can see the footage of the feds carrying out electronics, computers, hard drives from the house. Surely Diddy recorded somebody who he shouldn't have in his freakout parties, right?
That's what we were saying.
Got either a politician or somebody famous, somebody who could call in a federal raid like this.
These recording devices were reportedly linked to the notorious private parties, which are at the center of allegations involving trafficking and coercion. The tapes and cameras are believed to contain footage of the parties, which allegedly involved many celebrities who were recorded without their full consent.
So I have some exclusive information, which you just heard. The fact, if it's true, that they found a lot of weapons at his homes, what do you think this could mean?
Well, what happens here is that the federal government started a case with him. Apparently the search warrant that had his houses in Miami and LA was pre-planned already. They knew they were going to do that. So they have a much bigger case. Right now with the guns, they're going to check them. They're going to trace them, see if they were used in any crimes. They're going to go over anything about cooperators that are cooperating with them. They're going to be talking to a lot of people about certain criminal acts that he might have committed, and then go from there.
And what about the videos?
Well, they're going to sift through those videos. They're going to look at them and then see if there's any criminality on those videos, and then they'll go from there.
So what do you think? I mean, it just seems like the house of cards might fall for Diddy right now.
It's not looking that great. Right now, I know that he has higher-powered attorneys, and with all these allegations that are coming out against him and against other people, a lot of people are starting to be very nervous about what's going on.
Perhaps most crucial, though, in the lawsuit is that, unbeknownst to Lucien, Diddy also has a ton of hidden cameras all throughout his house, including in his bedroom, which would perhaps suggest that the blackmail runs both ways. Maybe he also has blackmail on Lucien Grange. Again, I don't know. I'm just telling you what's in this lawsuit and what we can derive from it if these allegations are true. And again, the fact that there are so many photos in this document at least proves that he does have evidence of some sort.
Among the notable names connected to the case are some surprising figures from the music and entertainment industry, as well as British royalty. Prince Harry is named in one of the lawsuits.
Prince Harry's name has been mentioned in court documents related to allegations Sean Diddy Combs sexually abused multiple people. A $30 million lawsuit brought by record producer Rodney Jones claims Diddy's affiliation with high-profile people such as Prince Harry gave his actions legitimacy. The American hip-hop mogul's homes have been raided by authorities in relation to the allegations. Mr. Jones' lawyers argued guests attended sex trafficking parties because of his access to high-level celebrities. There is no suggestion, though, Prince Harry was involved in any of Sean Combs' alleged wrongdoing.
Kimora and Russell Simmons were a standout couple at the Diddy events. Known for their influence in the fashion and music industries, they were seen mingling with other high-profile guests. Gene Deal has said in one of his interviews that Russell Simmons is like a mentor of P. Diddy.
Russell Simmons was one of his mentors too. What is Russell Simmons going through? He's going through women saying that he was abusive, women saying that they raped him, women saying that he drugged them. If you learn things like that from the people that you're around, the people that you hold high regards to, then you're going to become what they were. And with the fact that you taking drugs and everything now, it'll go rapid on you. And that's what happened to him, bro. Yo, I seen Puff smoke cigarettes, smoke weed on camera, and that wasn't the same dude that I knew. So I'm looking at this dude like, yo, all he did was go to the third to the fourth power with this shit.
One of the most notable celebs that were recorded at these infamous parties involves Diddy's.
Gave me a piece of advice. He said, I've been documenting everything in my life since 1992 or whatever it was. He's like, I have footage of everything. And he's like, make sure that you bring a camera everywhere.
The complaint goes on to claim Diddy has hidden cameras in every room of his homes, and that there are recordings of celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes in compromising positions.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire.
As Diddy's close associate for many years, there are whispers that Jay-Z might be nervous about what could come to light during the investigation, especially if Diddy's notorious parties and other activities are thoroughly scrutinized in court.
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyonce, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently, during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard.
However, several other celebrities, including actresses and music industry professionals, are mentioned as participants in or witnesses to these parties, though some have denied involvement.
His freak-out parties. In attendance were celebrities, politicians, athletes, international dignitaries like British royalty, Prince Harry, and music label executives. Lil Rod claimed some of the biggest names in the recording industry sponsored these parties with sex workers, drugs, and underage girls. The CEO of Universal Music, Lucian Grange, is named as a defendant. So is the former CEO of Motown Records, Ethiopia Habert Mariam, and others. Lil Rod says hidden cameras were in every room of Diddy's homes. Lil Rod believes that Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Salacious tapes of Hollywood's biggest names.
The FBI has reportedly uncovered footage and other evidence during searches of Diddy's properties in Miami and Los Angeles, where they also seized firearms and other incriminating materials like over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It looks like they have an update on what they got from Diddy's house. Diddy had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Why do you need 1,000 bottles of baby oil? I have no idea, but they said they had secret cameras in all angles that people wouldn't even know about that was taking place at these so-called freak-off parties. Okay, so he had crates of baby oil. I heard someone else say he had over 1,000 sex objects. I don't want to say it on camera. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm talking about at these freak-off parties. Now, and they are calling him worse than Epstein. The Attorney General in New York is saying he has seen stuff worse than Epstein.
According to the complaint, Young Miami was allegedly involved in Diddy operation, but not in the way you might think. She's accused of delivering a substance known as Juicy, also referred to as pink powder, to Diddy on a private jet.
Young Miami has been accused of transporting pink cocaine to Diddy in new court documents. Plaintiff and the Combs RICO enterprise were rehearsing for something in the Westival, in Virginia. The court filing reads, Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs do a few lines of coke in his dressing room. Defendant Sean Combs wanted Tussie, but Brendan forgot it. So defendant Christina Coram called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' sex workers and receive payment via wire transfer. I mean, the nigga's so gay he can't even do regular coke. It gotta be pink. I bet y'all gonna ignore the part where it says Young Miami was hired as his sex worker. I see why JT got the I mean, after all, Young Miami did say I'll hold a brick for you, daddy. So is this a drug case or a sex case? This all makes sense why JT don't with her. These stories getting more and more outrageous.
Gene Deal claims that Diddy has recorded compromising footage of various high-profile guests, including politicians, celebrities, and even religious leaders. According to Deal, these recordings were allegedly used for potential blackmail, suggesting that Diddy might leverage these tapes to control or silence influential figures who attended these events.
And it's a lot of people that couldn't say no.
And then you end up bent over biting a pillow. Come on. You gotta say no.
And they probably on tape.
Dang, that's
because they
tough.
couldn't say no.
So you think it's possible that Diddy, he got footage of rappers in the stash, just in case he got to use it for blackmail?
It's a possibility. It's not far-fetched. If he was taping Cassie, and he was having Cassie taped and everything like that, why wouldn't he do nobody else? She's the only one? I doubt it.
Right. I mean, good point, man. But did you hear about that story from the actor Columbus Short? He told a story about how Diddy, he invited him to his house late at night.
I believe him. I believe the Columbus Short. Yo, bruh, why would that man come out? He got a whole wife or whatever, come out and say that Diddy did something that he didn't do.
There are several allegations that there is a network of underground tunnels under P. Diddy's mansion for these private events.
Jaden Smith took to Instagram to share a series of images of him inside of Diddy's tunnels. Underneath Diddy's mansion in Los Angeles and Miami, there are secret tunnels. Originally, it was built as sort of like an underground swimming pool, but Diddy drained it and began to create a network of pathways that connect to nearby points of interest. For example, one of the tunnels connects to Hugh Hefner's mansion nearby. But what's crazier is that he is literally using them to traffic kids for his FO parties. People say he would grab young girls and boys from the street using his sons as bait. Then these people would use the network of tunnels to transport these children unnoticed away from the prying eyes of paparazzi and the public. Jaden also leaked an image of the plans to build more.
If everybody else have tunnels to get low, to whatever they doing, you underground. You know, like Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad. If the elite and the rich had tunnels, why don't we?
Allegations abound of hidden passages connecting celebrity homes, with the Playboy Mansion at the epicenter. Reports suggest that these tunnels were used to discreetly transport individuals without detection.
A photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this one shows the newly discovered tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall.
According to Stephen A. Smith, Diddy's arrest might just be the tip of the iceberg, hinting that federal investigators are not just targeting him, but could be aiming to uncover deeper systemic issues within the industry.
You know why they're doing that? Because it's a glimpse of what's coming. There's a whole bunch of names. Y'all guess it. I ain't gonna put out no polls. I'm not going to put a poll out there and ask you and give you names and multiple choice. I'm not doing that to other human beings. Only reason I read Kevin Lyle's name is because of the TMZ report that's plastered all over the news right now. It's the only reason I read the name. I'm not mentioning anybody's name. But what they're saying is that's the first domino. That's what they're saying. That's the implication. That's what's going on. Think about the parties at his home. Think about the artist, Puffy, P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs. Think about the artist he's represented, who's worked under his label. Go ahead and do your own homework. Think about the people an inordinate amount of people he's been seen with.
Former FBI agent Ted Gunderson suggested that these underground tunnels were used for conducting satanic rituals, further complicating the control over the school. This case continues to be a significant part of the larger, intricate puzzle that is Hollywood's secret history.
That they were taken into tunnels under the school. There was a chamber down there. They were sexually molested. That involved ceremonies, adults with robes, candles, chanting. Adults had no clothes on under their robes. And they were taken up into a tunnel and a triplex, a bathroom trap door of the triplex next door. They were taken out in automobiles. We're talking about 2, 3, 4-year-old children, folks, and prostituted in the community. The authorities received this complaint in 1983. They began their investigation. The authorities finally, in 85, went out and decided to look for the tunnels because they said the children were hallucinating. The children also said that they were taken by air up into a mountainous area where they were exposed to satanic ceremonies based on what they described, and brought back in time for the parents to pick up the kids. So the authorities didn't find anything. We're getting off. Pull those next slides. Well, I'll tell you what. In the spring of 1993, I heard that the property of the McMartin School had been sold from the McMartin family to the defense attorney, actually given to him.
It seems like the music industry is going to mess up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned until next time.